Hi, this is Doug and Cindy with Help Me Help Mama 5cast. Thanks for joining us today. We can't resist it having to get outside on such a beautiful spring day. And I don't know, what is this?
Forsythia.
Yeah, easy for you to say. Forsythia. So this is a bush. Actually, I think it started off with one bush in our front yard, and now it's like a million bushes. But it's like a great big yellow blob, and it's so pretty this time of year, kind of just a brilliant yellow. And but that it's springtime.
It's springtime.
And then you got a bouquet there.
Absolutely.
Corsage.
Corsage.
But thank you for joining us today on this 5cast, and we're going to talk about a topic today that's sort of a touchy topic, touchy, and for many reasons. We're going to be talking about looking at mama's finances. And obviously, it goes without saying, we say it anyway, but if mom is competent, then mama should be looking at mama's finances, and if she wants you to look at them, well, then she'll ask. But if it's good for, if this is like a working together family, I forget what word we use, like team approach family.
Team approach.
This is a team. If your family is a team that you're working together, mom may want you to help her with this, and that's to her benefit and yours as well. So mom, if you're watching this, do you want your kids in on the deal? When is the last time you met with your financial advisor? You know, sometimes people set things up 30 years ago and they hadn't looked at it in all of these years, and things may have changed a lot.
Things have changed a lot.
And so there are many issues. This is kind of like the tip of the iceberg we're just broaching today in this 5cast. Probably ought to burn 1 minute of it, but it's four more minutes. We're going to be talking about some of the issues here. One of them, does mom want you to help? If not, who does she want to help in the event that she becomes incapacitated and can't do it herself? A biggie, real biggie, does she have a power of attorney? And it's important because mom, as long as you're able to do it yourself, great. But what if something happens, and we run into an issue almost every week in our office where, you know, mom doesn't have a power of attorney and the money's stuck. So if the kids want to use mom's money for mom, they can't. And so sometimes they have to go to court, which is, you know, just think about it, if you can be in court or out of court, which sounds best to you? So they may have to go to court to get a guardianship in place where they can use mom's money for mom. And, you know, that can easily be avoided sometimes with a proper power of attorney.
Absolutely. Okay, so to put this in context, why are we even talking about mama's money? It is because as we age, sometimes we have a major health crisis very suddenly, and things can happen overnight and change everything for your life. If you don't have the proper documents in place, you can't get help. Your children can't get help accessing your money to help pay for your care. Now, the power of attorney that Doug referred to is a legal document that gives your agent, who is the person or institution named in that power of attorney, the authority to do with basically anything that you tell them in that document that they can do. So number one, it has to be someone that you trust.
Trust is a big part of it, yep.
A very big part of it, because there's a lot of financial abuse of the elderly in our country. And you need to talk to them about it, because what'd you earn this money for? You spent years and years of your life working very hard to earn this money, and now you have it in this account or several accounts. What do you want to use it for? I bet you don't have a plan. Well, that's part of the overall thing that we're talking about, is to create a plan about what you want, where you want to be, who you want around you. And you know what? All of that's going to cost money. So you need to be able to use your money for you. And if you have a stroke or a heart attack and you can't physically do this, you need to have named someone in your legal document to access that money. So you got to talk about it. They're not going to know about it if they don't.
No,
if mom don't talk about it.
And the thing about a power of attorney, if and of course mom's got to do this while she's competent. That's kind of one of these obvious facts that get missed sometimes. She's got to do it while she's competent to do so. But if she is, or mom, if we're talking to you, if you are, doing a power of attorney means, number one, you still have control of your assets. A power of attorney doesn't strip your rights to control. You just say, if I am incapacitated, or when I so designate, you can have them to take a power of attorney to be effective immediately, or you can have it springing to take effect in the future if you become incapacitated. Talk to your attorney about that and see which is best. But the point is, you get to say who you want to manage your affairs for you if you become incapacitated. You can say, I want my son, or I want my daughter, or I don't want this one, or I do want that one, but it's your choice. You get to say. You're in control. And if you, I'll swap with you there.
Okay.
And if you don't have a power of attorney, well then guess what? If something comes up and they being maybe your kids need to access some of your money to use for your care, well then if they have to go to the court, well guess who gets to say then? It's not you, because at that point you would be incapacitated. It would be your kids, or the court. The court, one of the kids would go to the court, petition the court, and then the court's gonna issue an order saying so-and-so is guardian of you and your money, and this may or may not be the person you would have chosen. So
and they may not use your money the way you want it used. You may want to use your money to stay in your home for the rest of your life.
And so if you have a plan in place and you have a power of attorney and you've got the person appointed that you want to make decisions for you, well then you're a lot more likely to get what you want if you've got all of this set up in advance. So that's
what
just
if they're
one
on
thing.
their jointly, if the kids' names are on the accounts, or what if it's transfer on death or payable on death?
Okay, so that's
Little
probably
financials.
another huge topic for another day, but we're probably about out of our time. But just real quickly, if it's TOD, transfer on death, or POD, payable on death, that means the money, yes, it is paid to your kids, but guess when? When you die. What if you're incapacitated before you die, and then the kids need to get access to the money to use for your care then? Well, you're not dead yet. So that means they can't get access to the money because you're not dead. You can't get access to it because if it's, as we're talking about here, something would have happened and you're incapacitated, and maybe you've had like my mom had a stroke. One day she was doing good, and then bam, she had a stroke, and then she can't do anything. Fortunately, she had powers of attorney in place, so that was taken care of. But it's important to have this stuff done up front.
And just because you have a power of attorney in place doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work. We've experienced that too.
Yeah, meaning that, a lot of times it seems like banks and brokers anymore love to say no, and if you send it to them, they want it reviewed by their legal department. And so it is very important, if mom is still okay cognitively, she has a power of attorney, and she's working with a broker, send it in advance, get it reviewed, and if they say, no, we're not going to accept this because it don't have this clause in there. Well, if she's still at herself, she can have it redrafted, put that clause in there, or change brokers or whatever you want to do. You got some time to fix it or mess with it. But if it's after the fact and it's too late, and then the broker says, no, we don't like it because there's not this clause in there, we're not gonna honor it, well then it may be too late. Well, I know for sure we're over 5 minutes, so
Okay.
we're gonna stop this 5cast today. Hope you enjoyed our
Forsythia.
And it is pretty though, isn't it?
It is
I think so.
lovely. It is.
So thank you for joining us today on our 5cast. We will continue this topic again next time. If you have questions, please send them to support@helpmehelpmama.com, and we will answer them next time. Thanks for joining us. Talk to you later.
And thank you for being a caregiver for your loved one. You're making a huge difference in their life.